Today was one of those go, go, go days from early in the morning until now. It is a little past 9 p.m., and what better way to relax than with a mask on Mask Monday? Happy Mask Monday, ladies, and everyone else who decided to do a mask today. Happy Mask Monday to you as well. So, I'm going to go ahead and talk about acne, a topic that came to be after a conversation I had with my granddaughter over the weekend. But before I get into that information and the mask that I have on, welcome everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name is Mary. And the mask that I have on is one that I have used before. It is by Freeman. And this is the French Pink Clay Peel Off Mask, pore clearing. It soothes the skin for a glowing complexion. I just felt my skin needed a little bit of exfoliating type pull, and I love peel off masks. And this particular mask, although it says that it is a clay mask, it does not over dry my already dry skin. So it feels really, really good once I remove it. Absolutely love it. So I keep using it, and I'm trying to finish it off. Just trying to get a lot of the products rolling and finished off. But let's go ahead and talk about acne. And this, like I mentioned, came up after a conversation I had with my granddaughter, or one of my granddaughters, over the weekend. She messaged me and asked me for some advice on what she could use on some pretty bad pimples that she had on her nose area. And she was not happy about it. So I went ahead and did a lot of research. I, even in my teenage years, did not have a lot of issues with acne. So it really has never been one of those topics that I look for information, because it's not affecting me. And I thankfully have children that also did not have major issues with acne, as do my grandchildren. This granddaughter I'm talking about, she's going to be 14, and she's just now experiencing that. So who knows? Hopefully she has our type of skin and does not go through that too often, but we do have breakouts here and there. I still have breakouts here and there. But I went looking for information and thought or found an article, and ironically it's in an ad type article, and it's from the proactive.com website. And I will link information down below because there was other information that I found. So I will link that website down below as well so that you can take a look at it. But I found the 10 acne myths. So just acne fun facts that I found and thought they were pretty interesting. Most of them we have heard of. Some of them it surprised me. So the first one says only teenagers suffer from acne. And that's a myth. Yes, there is a higher number of teenagers that experience some sort of acne throughout their teenage years. But the studies that they have on there showed that 85% of adults or teenagers are the ones that get some kind of acne. But then we have 64% approximately is men and women that suffer from acne between the ages of 20 and 29. And then they have 42% of grown adults past the age of 30 suffer from acne. So it's not just teenagers that are getting the acne, adults get it as well. Myth number 2, it's okay to pop your pimples. I was always told since I was a teenager, if you ever get a pimple, do not pop it. You're going to scar your face. I am a firm believer that that is true. And the way that we were explained is you're going to pop it, it's going to get infected, and then you're going to end up with a scar. And basically the information that I found in here kind of correlates with the information that I was given as a teen. And it says that it damages or it changes the level of bacteria that can enter your skin because you're now leaving an open sore, so to speak. So there's a higher chance of bacteria entering that sore that you just popped the pimple from. So it leaves an opening that can then lead to possible infection or scarring. And myth number 3, the sun clears up your acne. That is a blatant lie. Sun is going to sunburn. It's going to give you a tan. It's going to give you other things on your skin, but not going to clear your acne. I had never heard of that, but apparently it's a thing. But according to this website, that's a myth, and those are the reasons that they gave. And a lot of this I'm paraphrasing, so I'm not quoting them, but I'm still going to link them below because that's the information, that's the website I got the information from. So let's go ahead and go into number 4, myth number 4, and that is that pimples happen overnight. No, they don't. There are times when I start feeling the kind of little hard bump. There's nothing visible. I can just feel it, and sometimes they even hurt. And then a few days later, there you go. You have a pimple. So that is a myth. It doesn't happen overnight. It's something that builds and builds and builds until it eventually comes to the surface of your skin, and that's where you see your pimples. That is my take on that, and it kind of correlates with what they were talking about. They also gave 4 additional stages. It says stage number 1 is excess dead skin cells will clog your pores. Stage 2, overproduction of oil or sebum. Stage number 3 is overgrowth of the P. acne bacteria in pores. Stage number 4 is inflammation as a reaction to the bacteria that's in your pores. So that is, to me, that seems to be where the pimple is coming from. It's the inflammation from the bacteria that is present in your skin. Hence the pimple. Then we have myth number 5. Acne is curable. Like many things in life, acne is not curable. It is treatable, but it is not curable, because at any stage in your life, it can come back. This says, unfortunately, there's no official cure for acne. You can just treat it. Myth number 6. Spot treating a pimple is the best way to clear your pimples. That is also wrong. When you're treating your face and you're cleansing your face, you're not just going to clean one spot because you have a pimple in that one spot. You're actually going to cleanse your entire face, because that is where the potential of pimples growing can be, because you're not cleansing your whole entire face. Now, there's another thing. Just because you're cleansing doesn't mean that you're not going to get pimples, but just because your face is dirty doesn't mean that you're going to get pimples either. And I'll run into that one in just a little bit. So, treatable, not curable. Myth number 6, or I was on myth number 6, right? It is an underlying, I can't even read my own writing, condition causing various types of breakouts. So spot treating your pimples is not one way of getting rid of them, because every pimple is going to have a different reason that it's there. Some may be more severe than others. Some may just be the blackheads and the whiteheads. Then we have myth number 7. And myth number 7 is pores can open and close. And the example that they gave is steaming your face and then cleansing it in a way of trying to deep clean your pores, and then splashing cold water or ice water even on your face to close those pores. They claim that that is a myth, and I had tried that before. It didn't work. So I tried it. I had heard about this before. And what they are saying is that the pore is actually where your hair follicle is. And your hair follicle is not going to go anywhere, which means your pore is still going to be there. It's not going to open any further, and it's not going to close any further, because the hair follicle still needs to remain in that particular pore. So myth number 8. dirty skin causes acne, and that's where I was leading with. You're not just going to cleanse part of your face, you're going to cleanse all of your face. Just because your skin is dirty does not necessarily mean that you're going to get a lot of pimples or blackheads or whatever the case may be. It's just bacteria that starts forming in your pores, causing the reactions and causing the pimples to come out because it's becoming inflamed, because there's bacteria in your pore. So there's bacteria that's growing and your skin is saying we need to fight that off, so it's going to start expelling it out. That's my take on it, and that's basically what I understood from what they said as well. Then we have myth number 9. We're getting near the 10th. Myth number 9 is all exfoliators are the same. And I do a lot of exfoliating, and I absolutely love exfoliating. And there are different types of exfoliation. The one that I use the most is the scrub. I don't use it every single day, but I do use it more often than I do the chemical. With the exfoliating with the beads, the scrubs, those are just kind of removing the top layer of dead skin that you have in your skin. The chemical type exfoliation, the peels, things like that, go deeper than just the surface of your skin, and they start bringing out whatever things you have going on with your skin so that you can then remove them. And one way to remove them is by cleansing them off, and also by using the scrubs. So 2 different chemicals, or 2 different types of exfoliating. I'm sure there are many more. At the top of my head, those are the only 2 that I wrote down. Then we have myth number 10. So that's our last one. French fries and chocolate cause pimples. I was often told that. Stop eating the greasy food. Stop eating chocolate. You're going to get more pimples. Stop touching your face when you've got oils in your hands. I can kind of relate to the oil on your hands getting onto your face, causing bacteria to start growing. That I can kind of see. They say that's not how you get pimples. I still say the bacteria that's within that oil could quite possibly start causing irritation. Chocolate, internal type foods, they say that's not the case for some of them. Nutrition also plays a great part on how your body is expelling. That is my take on it, and these are just things that I have seen. The better you eat, the clearer your skin is going to be. The more you snack on sweets and fatty foods, you're going to have more problems with your skin. And that's not just your facial skin, it's pretty much your skin in general. One thing that they did point out was that the glycemic index in those starchy, fatty foods is what can alter or increase the growth of sebum, or the amount of sebum that is coming to your skin, therefore causing the bacteria that causes the pimples. Pimples and blackheads, 2 totally different things. I discovered that. I did not know the difference between patches. There's a difference. What I discovered, and the pimple that, or pimples, because she had 2, that my granddaughter had were not your blackheads and whiteheads. They were pimples. But what I've discovered, because I have different types of patches, and I've also sent her several different types of patches so that she can apply them. And what we discovered, because I sent her the information as well, is that salicylic acid patches help with the whiteheads and the blackheads, but they may not help when it comes to the actual pimples. And the reason for that is because the pimples are sometimes classified as cystic inflamed breakouts. So it's a cystic pimple inflammation. So hydrocolloid patches, which I also had, I had both types of patches. Unfortunately, she had both types of patches. I had given her both types. So she was able to apply, because she had been applying the salicylic acid patches and nothing was happening. So I told her to apply the hydrocolloid acids patches because I had gotten that information, and she did. And the next day she said it started diminishing it. So that was something that I learned just over the weekend. But it's just things that I had never really researched in detail because I don't have a problem with it, so I didn't feel the need to do it. Maybe it'll help somebody out there. Then we have the patches that are hybrid patches, and that means that they have both salicylic acid and hydrocolloid acids in them, and they can target both types of acne and combined clear your acne breakouts. And I also discovered that patches that have hyaluronic acid included in them helps to soothe, especially when you have those cystic type acne that is breaking out, because it soothes your skin and it hydrates your skin, which then can heal or help you heal that much faster. That is the information that I was able to get on acne, and thanks to a conversation I had with my almost 14-year-old granddaughter. So you're never too old to learn, because I learned something over the weekend. Hopefully this information helps someone else. And like I said, I will link the information or the websites down below so that you can take a look at them as well. So that is all that I have for this Mask Monday. Thank y'all for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see y'all in the next video. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed, smile always. Bye.